Good afternoon from Hong Kong. A very gray, wet, and humid afternoon in Hong Kong. It's been over a week since we've seen any sunshine, and it just continues to rain, and we've had a summer monsoon kicked in the other day, and we had some really, really good gusts. And I was just thinking, God, I want to harness that energy, from nature there, from the wind. And made me think, I've got two of these 600 watt wind turbines. They're again from a China factory. And so I figured I'd kind of test it. And I need to, before I do that, I need to plan here how I'm going to get it. So over here, and I hope you can see it, it's kind of dark in here, but right here I've got a bridge rectifier for one, and I started to run the wires. I'm going to have the second bridge rectifier down here, and then what I'll do is down here I will have my brake switch and the wires concealed in there, so I can either break it or have it on, and also put it into a free spin. And then down here, what I was thinking is just inside here, because the AC comes in here, and then I've got my DC output here. I was thinking about getting it and then having the watts view, so I'm able to monitor it, the watts view. So I'm not sure if let's turn on some lights here. I can mount these. These are the watts view. You just and they hook up to your computer, and you're able to monitor. It's just got all the gauges, and you can see how much power each one is making. It's got, it does all the data logging. So because I've got like 4 of them, and what I wanted to do is kind of give you an idea. Is say if I had these inside, so just this came, up and out through there, because this would be covered, and then the wires go through there. So if these two are sitting down there, and just that matching transformer, the current transformer, we're sitting there, so one would come in, second one would come in, and they'd all go right to my positive post, because then that way the wind turbines are always under current, constant load. I want them always under load. And with that, I need to, I see how much power I make is most important, but it's also, I need to know what the weather conditions are and stuff. So I have a video on my channel here, but it's I've got this is a weather station anemometer, and I've got the control, and I've been informed that I can also take this up to the Hong Kong University, Hong Kong U, and I can also have it calibrated if needed. They're able to calibrate this, which is nice. So, they're big cups, but it's a decent anemometer, and I want to put that on my navigation mast. So I've got this. So I need on this gray day. I'm also going to run. I found my other remote temperature sensor for the dump load for just the wind turbines. I'm also I've cut this out. My battery monitor. This battery monitor is going to go in here. Gives me 26 DC breakers. So then right here will be my 26 DC breakers. Then I'll have some AC below that. And then below that I'll probably have, if I ever, switches for shore power and stuff like that. So, but these all fit in pretty decent. So it'll be a clean and tidy setup with breakers, and that's the control center, and then the inverter will be over there. So these should be okay. And so what I've done is, other than preparing for the wire, now I've got fairly, I would say 50% charged, cordless. So what I was doing is checking out what the open circuit is on these turbines. So if you can watch here, I've got it connected up to the bridge rectifier on the AC end. Make sure all my AC wires are touching, because it's not. So I got about 39, and it's not fully charged, and it should go up to about 46. 46. Let's turn the light on. Maybe you can see that better. It's just so dark here with all this rain. It's really, really humid too. So yeah, so as you can see, and it's not, I mean, I'd probably have problems drilling through a piece of stainless with this right now. But open circuit, I've got some decent voltage. What will happen when we put it up? But with an open circuit, you know, above 38 volts, I should be able to charge some batteries. And if I have two of them, you know, hopefully on a get some good gusts, where I'd actually get some amps into my battery, because I live on amps, and that's how it works. So I've got the ionometer, and what I'm going to do here is, once I get the bridge rectifiers in, go to the switches, and the switches are here. Just a basic on, off, on switch. So on, off, on. Bridge across. So got this bridge to, so this is when I have that, that's brake, and then that's charge, and that's just a free spin. Standard 250 volt AC switch. So it's supposed to handle 25 amps at 250 volts. So see how it works. But anyway, those are going to be there, and then I'm going to run I've got extension cable. It's down in the lazarette right now, but it's the AC extension cable. It's 3 conductor, 4 mm square wire, so that is 12 AWG. But I'm going to run that down to this area here, coil it up, just have enough to get up top, and probably another one will be over there just coiled up, because 1, 2, 3, 4, there's going to be a wall here. This is going to be the wall into the salon. This will be open up to just enjoy open air. So in the wall over at the end, I will tuck in some conduit to run that up, plus I've got to run some water, a water pipe up there, because you got the barbecue, and I'm going to have a sink up on the top deck as well for entertaining. And that, plus I've got to get DC lighting and all that, so that's how it's going to go up. But the wind turbines are going to be on the aft of the top deck, above the bimini. And these are, it's a 5-blade system. You got 5 blades per unit. There's the hub and that. So very, very common unit. I guess they sell them on eBay and stuff, but I bought them from the factory that I know. I've gone by a bunch of times, went in, introduced myself, and I just picked up those 2. I think I've had those for probably about 1.5 years, almost 2 years, and I've never used them. But now with this constant week of rain, and it just doesn't stop, or it's just gray skies, I need to utilize, because we're starting to get some good gusts with these monsoons. So that's what's going on. Get an area where it's controlled, and also I'm all about monitoring. So if we can get the monitoring as well, I'll prepare that, get these ready. Then once the stainless steel, I don't know if you would want to call it, it's like a radar arch in aspect of it. You could call it a radar arch, but it'll be a large piece of stainless steel, probably about like 3-inch stainless steel pipe. Then off of that will be the 1 7/8" outside diameter for these to go on. They'll be like 1/3 in. But there'll be the 2 wind turbines up on the top. Got a brake, got monitoring, life should be good. Because that's what, remember, this solar charge controller, MPPT, is for the bow array. This is a dump load to heat water, say if we were ever to get sunshine again, to go down, and as long as sun is falling on the solar panels, I can just, this will never shut off, this will just start dumping and making hot water, because you can always use hot water. Then this third one here, this one is just for, it's a dump load for just the wind turbines. So if the batteries ever do get full, then we dump out, and then that goes to another water heater element. Plus I also have, if that goes, there's a thermal switch to a relay that'll go over to a dump load resistor, and those are 1,800 watts each for these, and so are the water heater elements, 1,800 at 30, and the resistance is calculated for 30 volts. So that's how that's going to work. So, alright guys, well, it's getting dark. I mean, I've got lights on, and it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But I've just got to start cutting these out and doing my wiring, and I have to solder and to this and get these all set up, and it's all 4mm wire. So that's what I'm doing, and I will talk to you soon. I'll put another video on this showing it when it's done. These probably won't be mounted yet, but it'll be the working model. I can kind of show you, and hopefully I can get these are serial output, DB9 connectors, serial output, and I'll go to a serial to USB output, and I'll show you what watts view is. If you do a search on YouTube, you can see the watts view. They're wonderful things. A guy in Arizona put these together. Pedal Power or something like that is the company. But they're great for monitoring, and I can data log with it too. So in addition with the Morningstar stuff. Okay guys, well that's all that's going on for right now, and I will keep you posted. Be good, be safe, and always be well. Bye-bye. Now, good afternoon from Hong Kong. I've installed the 2 bridge rectifiers, and what I've got is down below here, I've got a wire terminal that the 4mm 3-core, just it's an extension cord, is connected, and then it comes up, because that comes from the wind turbine, but the wind turbine isn't up yet, but anyway, so that the terminal, that's where I connect it, then it comes up into the switch. So this is the wind turbine, this is a port and starboard, this is the brake, where we charge, or free spin, or break it. This switch that I had, it was broken down here, so I've got to go get a new one, but everything's wired in there. I've just got to solder it in. So that comes from here, and then it comes out to each bridge rectifier. I've labeled it with a P here, and then so starboard and port. And then out, once it's a full width bridge rectifier, once it's been rectified from AC, 3-phase AC, then it'll go to the DC. And the DC output, I've got the positive and the negative. So the negative goes down to here. I'm not going to put in a breaker. I just don't want to risk, I want it always to be under load. Just that's the way I've always done things. I know people are going to disagree with me, but the switch will burn out before anything else would. But then it would go into free spin. So anyway, then the negative comes down to our negative post. That goes straight to the battery, and then the positive on each one, the positive comes down. And what I've got is, this is the watts view. So for the wind turbines, this is the watts view. So I've got 2 watts views in one of these electrical boxes. This is a standard power point or outlet with just a blank top that I've just cut the holes in. I've adapted it to it. My serial connectors are here. They all go in. The Watts View has a voltage sensor, plus it has power to it, and that all comes in here, and that goes down below, and then that comes up through here. The serial again comes into the box below the circuit board, and that goes out, and I'll get that connected up to the computer. Right now it's not hooked up to any wind turbine. Wind turbine is still up there. But right now I'm ready to put up a wind turbine other than the switch. So I'll get the switch yet this week. Monday here was Buddha's birthday, so everything pretty much shut down for the day to celebrate Buddha's birthday. And that, but and then once I get that going, then this dump load will get going. I'll hook up the resistor to it. It's a 1,800 watt resistor, dump load resistor. I don't have the water heater set up yet. But other than that, it's kind of clean and tidy, but it is good. So wind turbines are in the center, dump loads, the bow array is all in here. So I'm pretty much done putting anything. I'm looking, what could I put over in that area over there? But if I do put up another 4-panel array up on the top deck, then I've got room for another one of these RS-485s to serial, and that so everything will talk through the network, so I can monitor through this MPPT. And again, of course, there would be another MPPT topside, but I just want one IP address to access all of my communication and monitoring for that. The wind turbines, again, I'll have to monitor data log through the Watts View software. Any of you who are not familiar with Watts View, this gentleman, Brad, I believe he's from Arizona, he made these, and I think they're wonderful little devices, and the software, he put a lot of time and effort into making that software. So it's a monitoring device that's well worth the price. Again, as I'm doing everything serial, I went with serial. I didn't go use the USB. He has a USB model out now. But it's looking really good. And again, look at the color of that water. It's just been raining and raining and raining. It just doesn't want to stop raining. But one thing that I have kind of been playing with in between raindrops here, this tomato's starting to come back to life. They're all kind of coming back to life. Got a few leaves here that I don't know, but it's growing, and there are roots. Don't know if you can see that, but roots are coming out. So we've got roots coming out. It's not running right now because it's been raining. But anyway, I haven't put that control in, but I did put in this control in between raindrops here. So again, the IP65 is paying off, and all I've done is I've just used aquarium silicone that's in here. So I've got the air pump. The air pump again will be on this side. Here's my controls, and then down below I still have to run the power to it yet. But everything else inside here is ready to go. I don't have a float switch. I still need to add a float switch into this one, but you can see the air stone that's going to be in there. Everything is pretty much set and ready, so weather permitting here, and it's just, we've had black and amber rain alerts, and it's just been nasty. And the color of that water looks like river water. Everything is just, we've got so much water, it's just filled up the dinghies. I think my dinghy is probably, my dinghy down there is pretty full as well. I gotta bail that out. But other than that, now that it seemed to have stopped raining for a little bit, I'll go and I'll start connecting this. And what I'm probably going to do is I'll just have to disconnect these, move those tomatoes over here, and then I'll work on that because I've got to do some drilling, and I've got to put this aquarium caulking into it, but so I want that to be exposed for 24 hours to the elements to fully cure before I put the cover back over it. But that is what's happening so far. So we're ready. Right now I just need to get that arch up where I can put up the 2 wind turbines that'll be up there. And I'd love to get 4 more solar panels across the top here, but need to kind of do some mathematics on the weight, and so just want to get those up. They've got a good output, you know, on the open circuit. So let's see what happens when we get like 25 knot winds and stuff around here. But other than that, guys, it's the wind turbine type control center is 98% complete, other than that one switch and putting up the wind turbines. So that's inside the control center. Again, these are offset a little bit to displace any heat that would generate from it. I've used, I believe it's 8 AWG wire. That's the largest wire that will fit through those watts views through that Hall effect sensor. But anyway, that's it. So, alright guys, that's what I've been up to, and I'm gonna keep changing things according to what the weather is, but I'm gonna go back at it and go do some good things to the Bigfoot. Alright, be good, be safe, and always be well. Bye-bye.